Helps if I attach the mic. Hopefully you guys can actually hear that. Let me know. Let me know if the audio is working. Talking to people. So I can see we got, using my phone to stream today, so I can see we got a couple of viewers. And Ken, how we doing, mate? And I fixed my brick. How we doing? I'm gonna attach this friggin' So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I've set myself a challenge in the aim of trying to get some extra subscribers, and because I got a little bit of time off. Unfortunately, I've been signed off work ill. Not particularly well at the moment. It's a long story, not going to go into a sob story, unless it gets me extra subscribers, in which case. But yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't been able to do a lot at the moment because I'm just going through waves of feeling unwell, which is why I didn't put a timeline on when I was going to do the lives. Just heavily using lots of medication at the moment to try and keep things at bay. But yeah, so just thought there's nothing else I can really do except I'm stuck on my phone all day, and I thought, well, I may as well do some streaming. So the idea is for every sub we get, every new sub we get each day, I will do one part to a set that I've wanted to build for a long time. Except other than the fact that we got all, 800 odd subs today, which was never going to happen, then I didn't know. I'm perfectly aware of the fact that I probably spoiled the enjoyment of building a set for myself a little bit, because because I'm going to be building a couple of pieces at a time rather than build it properly. But yeah, I just thought it's a set that I haven't built for ages. It's one of the oldest sets I've got. It's got some great figures in there, so it's generally when you're doing these kind of build streams, people like to see you building something interesting rather than just the same thing everyone else is building. Like if I did a live stream now building those smart play sets, nobody would give a shit because they're garbage. Or building the newest set that's out, which is like there's 1,000,001 people doing that. How many people out there are going to be building the home one? So as much as it would be nice to have just done a live stream and built it, I thought may as well break it up over the course of however long it is and do a quick live stream, even if it's just 5-10 minutes, put a couple of pieces on, and just, I don't know, encourage people to. I mean, it has kind of worked because just today we got 4 subscribers, and that's more subscribers I've had in one day than a long time. So it's usually 1 or 2 every couple of days or every week or so. So since putting this video out, we got 4. So, no, not 4, sorry. Is it 4 or 3? I can't actually remember. I haven't actually looked. I just remember seeing the notification. So yeah, so at the moment we're going to be building 3 parts. So I'm just hoping we might get a few before I actually start building, because I had a quick little peek of the instructions, and you can't actually do anything without the first 4 pieces. So I might have to do an IOU. So if there's anybody watching who is new to the chat or is new to this channel, please go and give a subscribe now, because the more subscribers we get, the more pieces I can build in this set. But I have got other things to entertain you guys with. Got a cup of tea here. I got a little rebrickable mock that I built today using the powered snub fighter. And I've got a big bag of old parts that I was going to kind of dig through and let you guys kind of see what's exciting. So we'll do those first, see how many subscribers we get. If we don't get any towards the end of the stream, then I'll call it a night just before midnight. So who's out there? We got Fix My Brick, Order 66. Will, how you doing, mate? You're up late? Yes, I am up late, mate. My sleeping pattern's been all over the place because obviously I've not been very well, so I'm just kind of been sleeping downstairs on the sofa. Or sometimes going to bed and just kind of a bit all over the place because I've not been very well. So Dre's out there. Thanks, Dre, for doing a boost on the video today. Really appreciate that. Enjoy your new way of building. Just to say that you tried it. Yeah, wow, this is worth a go. Look, we've had this channel. It's going to be 2 years in the end of June, and I'm just kind of disappointed, really, that it hasn't kind of. I always said that it'd be nice to get to that 1K by the end of 2 years, especially because considering we hit the kind of viewer watch hours target ages ago. It would be nice to hit that as well. I mean, I don't really care so much about the monetization thing. I don't even know whether I'd reactivate it, because I don't know. I feel like it brings more problems than it's worth. But I just like hitting targets. Like I just like to hit that. It's the same with Instagram. Like I didn't really care about subscribers on Instagram or followers on Instagram until they took away live streaming on Instagram unless you were over 1,000 followers, and I never did anything to push followers on there because I only ever used it to post for the Sunday show, really, and the odd bit of content now and then. So yeah, when they took that away, and I used to like doing that because I used to do like these little like walk and talks, and I did some shopping and like live and just, you know, random stuff like that. But he took it all away from us, so now I've been pushing to get that as well. But yeah, so I will show you on the laptop what we're going to be building. Who else is there? Chigga 936. One wolf by your side is better than 100 sheep. Stay disciplined. Have faith. No, you're right. Like I've always been more appreciative of having a solid foundation of followers, regardless of how small it is, than thousands of people who never engage or interact. So I was always kind of, from people who had, you know, experienced it and gone through different things, the advice I was always given is it's better to have a slow building than, you know, like do this thing where people can buy viewers or bang out a load of shorts just to be able to get a load of subscribers, because, you know, those are mostly like non-existent people. So, and I see it all the time. I was on Instagram today and I saw a guy who had like 9,000 followers or something like that, but he'd only done like 4 posts and he had like no comments, a handful of likes on each of his, and I'm thinking, how the hell has he gone up to? So something's gone wrong there. But, and then you see it all the time, you know, you see people who've got like a couple of thousand subscribers on YouTube, they do a live stream and there's like 3 people in the chat, and it's like, you know, it's not engaging, like, you know. So we're quite lucky, like I said, with the watched hours, which I think is a better representation of committed viewers than the amount of subscribers you got anyway, because those people are watching, you know, from me looking at the analytics, the people who tune into our show every week watch near enough the whole thing. even if not straight away at some point, because the viewing hours are like solid. And you can look at things like how long people stay on for on average. And I think it's like, we do a 3-hour show roughly, and I think the average viewing time is like 1 hour and 45 minutes or something like that, which is pretty good when you think that's an average. So there's people who are watching the whole thing and people who are watching a lot less, but if the average is more than half the length of the show, then that's usually a pretty good thing. So yeah, so anyway, so yeah, you're right. But if you haven't already subscribed, Sugar, please do now, so that I got an extra piece to build on this set tonight. I can see Cam J96 said hi. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are going to be building, but I'm going to leave as late as possible to see if we can get some extra subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, Cam, and obviously to Chigga, please hit the sub. We will be doing some more content here. I do a live show every week, which has been going for over 18 months now. Episode 75 just aired. We've got, I try to put up some shorts now and then, but I don't usually have time and not usually that interested in it. But I'm going to start doing some mini series things like building and stuff like that, and get back into live building, doing shows like that. So, but yeah, you're right, Fix My Break. YouTube is hard work, but again, this is what I say about the whole, there's people out there who will do like loads of shorts to be able to get their subscriber count up, which is great, but they've got to continue that for it to stay. Otherwise, all those subscribers either do one of two things: they either all drop away slowly and start unsubscribing, or they just never tune in to the channel. Like, I mean, I'm a perfect example. I subscribe to lots of people on YouTube, but I very rarely tune in to their content. It's like a handful of people. So they're kind of dead subscribers, really. And the amount of times I've had a email or contact from somebody who's got a channel to say you've been given a what do you call it, a membership. Somebody's gifted you a membership, because you can do like membership gifting. So someone's gifted me a membership, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try and tune in when I can, and I haven't. So that person's wasted their money to give me membership for a channel I barely watch. So kind of seems pointless. Like I said, I'd rather have a slow, gradual. At the moment, like when we first started doing the show, we had like 5 or 6 people watching every week. Now it's grown to the point where it's like 20 to 25, and it tends to be the same group of people. So if we can just keep growing that slowly but surely, that'd be great. But I still like targets. I still like hitting targets, because that's what I've done my whole life. If my store can make, £1 million in its first year of being open, then that's like something I want to aim for. Not because it really makes a difference, somebody's pulled that number out of thin air, but it's just something to aim for. Like, I'm working in retail, obviously that's generally all you've got is numbers, figures and targets and KPIs. So yeah, for me, I just see this as another kind of, it's a hobby, but it's also like, if there's numbers to hit, you want to do it. Like, I'm the same with everything. I was doing like cross stitching, which is like another hobby I've got. And when I was doing like little cross stitch tags of like Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmets to give out at Star Wars Celebration. But I had to do a certain amount. It's like I wanted to do 50, and I'd done about 35 up until the night before. So I actually took all this stuff on the train, and it was like a 3-hour train journey. So I was just like that, like mad, doing them. And I just wasn't satisfied until I hit that 50. It didn't need to be 50, it could have been 40, it could have even been 35. But once I got that number, I set my own target of that number. I don't rest until I hit it. So here we are. Yeah, this thing keeps freaking timing out. I need to try and change that. How about 3 to 5 pieces per sub? Yeah, but that's cheating though. The way I saw it was like 700 pieces, because for some reason when I googled the amount of pieces in that set, because I didn't have it on me at the time, when I googled the amount of pieces, it said 700 something, but it turns out that was for the Temu version of the set. So that's why when I recorded it, if you watch the video, record it, and I said 700 odd pieces, excuse me, and actually it was 800 and odd. So which made it quite funny to obviously add that a little bit to the video. But the way I saw it is like those 700 pieces plus the 300 subs we already had would make it 1,000 roughly. So yeah, but I don't know. I'll see what happens. Subscribe, man. I prefer these small channels. What are you up to here? You said building. Yeah. So so we've got the. Well, actually, I've got a picture of it here. So we are going to be building this, which is the 77. Oh, actually, you can't see that. 7754 Calamari Starcruiser, which is an old set, but quite a rare set. It wasn't like widely released. It was quite. It was like a collector's edition or something like that. Like I've looked at box art and stuff of it, and it's got something on it. Can't remember what they call it. There's like a stamp thing in the in the box. Either way, it's like it wasn't widely released. There are. Let's get some information on it actually, because I don't really know, but I know there are. 6 minifigures. All right, let's put up the right information just so we know for sure. There's Bricklink. That's not how you spell Bricklink, but okay. Am I still signed in? Probably not. So yeah, so we're building the set. I've had the set for years. I was trying to think about it the other day of how long I've owned it for, but I want to say I 5, maybe 6 years, maybe more. And then I bought it fully complete. Was it fully complete? Yeah, fully complete. It was secondhand, so it's not brand new, sealed in box. The set goes for quite a lot of money and way more now than it did when I bought it. So I was quite lucky I managed to get a good bargain on it. But yeah, the set is complete. Really good condition. Obviously, I checked through all the parts like I always do before I built it. Sorry, before I kind of, bagged it up and put it away. And all the minifigures were there. Now, this set in particular is quite cool because it's got like some really exclusive figures. I'm just checking because I'm pretty sure actually all of the figures are exclusive, but I just want to double check. 7754. Oh wow, even the Bricklink has got the Smart Play advert going right across the top. Crazy. Right, 7754 set. Let's have a look. So the details are, see on here it says 764 pieces as well. So why does the Lego website say 837 pieces? Is there 2 versions of this? Anyway, it's saying on here, on the official, on Bricklink, it says 764. Now that's quite a difference. 764 to 837. It's like 60 odd pieces difference. So I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, so the set came out in 2009. It's not very old, but it's, oh, that was it, 10-year anniversary. There's a 10-year anniversary stamp on it. So it was one of the 10-year anniversary sets that came out. It's got like Vader and a silver thing. Maybe even being one of the sets that might have had a Vader in. It's saying here that you can get the set used. Well, that's not America. You can get the set used for about $52 with no extra pieces, no stickers, no lightsaber weapons, and no minifigures, no parts, no extra parts, no box, no instructions. So, but I think it goes for, sealed in box, complete, goes for a couple of £100. So, but yeah, that part thing is really confusing to me. But anyway, in terms of minifigs, that's the most important part. Comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigs. I just want to see how many of these were exclusive to that set. Now I know General Crixmay Dean was. Yeah, he's only in one set. I'm pretty sure this. Yeah, Lando Calrissian with a cloak was exclusive to the set. Mon Mothma is exclusive to the set. Only version of Mon Mothma in Lego form we've ever had, which is crazy. I mean, she wasn't that prevalent in the original trilogy because she's only in one movie, but and obviously, yeah, until Andor, she didn't really pop back up either. So the Mon Calamari officer is exclusive to the set. Now, was Admiral Akbar exclusive to the set? No. So Admiral Akbar isn't exclusive to the set. He came in 2 of the sets. Another A-Wing, and a collectible display, San Diego Comic-Con. So he is still kind of rare because he was only in one of the widely released set, although it was a cheaper set. So Admiral Akbar is not as exclusive. And then the A-Wing pilot is the one I'm not sure of. No, the A-Wing pilot also only came in one set. That answers a question for me, actually, because when I was putting up together my sig figs, because my favourite colour is green, I originally looked at that green flight suit to see if I could get that cheap in mass. But it turned out it was really expensive, so that probably, well, too expensive to order like 50 versions of it, so I didn't bother. So yeah, out of those 1, 2, 3, out of those 6 figs, 5 of them are exclusive to the set, and one of them was only in one of the sets. So really, I mean, it's not the best looking set in the world, I'll be honest. It's kind of, because it's kind of open plan, and the fact that it's titled Home One Cruiser, you want a ship, don't you, for that? And instead you've basically got like a landing bay and a little office kind of council area, which is kind of empty looking. But I still think it's quite a cool set because they didn't really make sets like that. It's got like moving actions to it, like where you pull the thing out and the thing turns around. It's got like a crane. Obviously there's figures making it thing. It's got the orange globe where they used to sort of demonstrate how to blow up the Death Star, the second Death Star in Return of the Jedi. And yeah, it wasn't widely released. I think it was like Lego Store and maybe one other place. So it's quite a rare-ish set. So yeah, there we have it. So that's what we're going to be building today, and I will show you guys just the kind of instructions. So this is where we're up to. So kind of scroll down and you can kind of see digital instructions in case you haven't seen them before. We're not going to be counting the minifigures as part of the one sub one piece, but it's just shown here. The bag one is the A-Wing and the figs, and that was, I remember those days when all the figs used to be in one bag, the first bag. Even back when, sets like this, I mean, this set comes in 3 bags, so it just goes to show what it was like back in the 80s when I was building sets. They all used to just come in like 1, maybe 2 bags, and all the figs would always be in the first bag, because obviously most people would be excited, whereas now they spread them out to stop people kind of rinsing through them. So the main hanger then would be in bag 2, and then bag 3 would be I don't want to call it the conference room, or so there you have it, just showing the figs being assembled first. So we won't count those. I think I've already put them together anyway. So this is the first thing. So we've got, on this first page, we've got 4 pieces there? On this first page, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. 7 pieces on the first page. So we want to get 7 extra subs, and I can build the first page, unless of course we get more. So that means we need to hit 318 subscribers, or need to have hit 318 subscribers, and I think we were on 314. We started on 311. So let's see where we're up to now, if it's up to date. Come on, for 318. Oh, we're on 316, so 2 more subs, guys. We need 2 more subs. If you're watching this, share it, and let's get those 2 extra subs, and then I can finish at least the first page tonight, and then show you guys some other cool stuff. So yeah. So what I'll do, since we've got enough that we know we're going to at least be building something, is I will. This will be nice for the microphone. Let me just finish up my tea. Oh, I got snacks here as well to go on my tea, but I didn't get a chance to do it. Oh, my voice is struggling a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me though. All right, let's see what we're like for comments. Because I haven't been checking, I'm sorry. Oh, we got a few extra comments. Nice. I prefer, hello, my fellow Ginge. Explore and Sons. Fellow Gingers, unite. Now, go completely off the point now. I'm just going to say this. And this isn't supposed to be like, you know, offensive or anything. This is just purely just an idea I've had, is that I've seen recently that a bunch of YouTubers outside the Lego community who got like beards did like this community thing where they like all passed around a bog roll, whatever, and it was quite cool. Recently I saw, to celebrate Black History Month, there was a lot of Lego YouTubers, Lego content creators within Instagram who did this kind of passing the set on. So people of color and like the black community, I guess, from across Instagram were doing this thing, which I thought was really cool. And obviously I reshared that and support that. But I thought maybe we could do something like that as well for like maybe like all the gingers. So I'm going to just try and get together as many sort of ginger haired, or maybe we could do for bald people, or we could do for people with beards, because I belong to all three of those, or grey haired people. Jesus. Yeah, so I've got the worst three afflictions in hair that you could possibly get: baldness, ginger, and I'm grey. But yeah, so we can like do this kind of Lego thing where we pass a Lego set on or whatever, you know, just to kind of unite the ginger community. I don't know, it's just an idea. But so yeah, so Exploring Sons, if you're still out there watching, yes, love it. I embrace the ginger and welcome to the stream. Please give us a sub if you haven't already, and because we're trying to get as many subs as possible, because for every sub at the end of this stream I will build that many parts on this set, 7754 Home One Mon Calamari Starcruiser that I've been wanting to build for a long time. It's quite a rare Star Wars Lego set. So yeah, give us a sub. When you know what they say about gingers: when you go ginge, they destroy your minge. Once you go ginge, I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't know because I don't have one. So but yeah, you tell me if that's been your experience. One with the stud, a bit of a late one. It is, mate. I wanted to do as late as possible, especially on the first day, because I wanted to give a chance to get some subs, because I haven't had a full 24 hours on this one. Whereas tomorrow's one will have a full 24 hours, if that makes sense, in terms of anybody else watching it. I might repost it a couple of times, so I'm sorry guys if you get notifications for my content, but I will want to keep reposting it, just because I want to get as many thingies as possible. But yeah, so I only posted this one at like 7 o'clock. So of course we haven't really had that much time to build up subs, but I am quite happy with how it's done so far. So that's the classic, bro. Big Star Wars fan myself. Cam J96. Nice to see you still here, mate, and I do appreciate you. Thanks for sticking by. We will be building it very, very shortly. I know it's into tomorrow now, but I'm still doing a lot. I try to do a live stream every day. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to do the build the pieces, but not only that, but some parts of the world is still Tuesday, so I'm gonna hide behind that timeline thing. Classic set. Which set is it? So it's 7754 Home One Mon Calamari Starcruiser. Well, I've said that so many times now that I can say it all in one hit. It's a very unique set, that. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what I didn't do though? Is I didn't think about where the hell it was. And if you guys have seen my Star Wars Lego, seen my Lego room, our Lego room, it's a bit of a nightmare at the moment, for one reason or another. But I hadn't actually dug the set out. I knew I had it, but I hadn't actually looked for it. So I was like, oh no, better go and dig it out. So I went and dug it. It turned out it was at the crate. It was in the crate at the very bottom of the stack. Because for whatever reason, when I separated all my Lego sets, all the ones I hadn't built, I put at the bottom. It would have made more sense to put those ones at the top, but I had to dig right down and get to them, which wasn't ideal because you don't know particularly well. But hope that helps. Hopped between a few emails. Don't really use them. Lol. Oh, so you've got a couple of... so there's me thinking we've actually gained loads of extra subscribers, but it wasn't. It was just Lewis, my good friend Lewis, one with the stud. Go and check him out on Instagram and YouTube as well. He does daily content, Lego content. But yeah, so all those subs are just Lewis on different accounts. So thanks, Lewis. I do appreciate you, mate. But yeah, so right, how are we doing now for subs? Am I going to empty this baggie? I need to have an extra window open really so I can see both. But let me open another YouTube. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, so I keep an eye on comments and 322, yes, 322, and we started on 11. So is that 11 pieces? My math is terrible. 11 pieces. We can build 11 pieces. So as long as there's people here watching, I just looked up briefly just now and saw there were 16 people watching, which is crazy, considering I didn't even schedule this. But as long as there's people watching, I'll stay live. So I could just keep adding pieces to the build. So let's do the build, since we said that's what we're here for. And then I'll add pieces if more people subscribe. But I'm not going to be on for more than an hour. So easy. Now, you might be asking, why is my set in a plastic bag? So it's bought secondhand. I bought off someone else, but I'm quite picky when I buy pieces off, sets off people. I like them to be in very good quality, and this one was. And sometimes, even if some of the pieces are damaged or missing, I'll buy it because I know they're easy enough to replace. So you can probably see my tray is like this. I might be a better angle actually. So you need to see everything over the top of my head. But like this. Let's go. Not sure where the other half of this orange globe thing is. I do remember when this set arrived, there were a few, I think I remember now because you just saw me open this bag. I think there were a couple of little pieces. It's obviously so long ago since I bought it. Oh yeah, sorry, going back to why it was in the bag, because so what I do is, even if a set is new, sometimes I'll empty it out of the box, because when I moved house it was a lot easier to do that. So a lot of them in bags anyway, and I always empty all my bags. So keeping it in like the 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever plastic bags is kind of pointless to me. So there's been times where I've just ripped open a box, thrown it, opened up the bags, emptied them into one like resealable bag, and so to me it's still not built, still brand new in box or whatever. But in this case it was bought secondhand. But I do remember, now that I do remember, and obviously this is evidence of that I must have had a few pieces missing. So I remember, I used to do this and label it up with whatever the piece was when I ordered from Bricklink. But I'm kind of disappointed a little bit now, because I think one of the pieces that was missing was the other half of this. Because this is supposed to be a globe, I believe. Just double check. And I'm pretty sure I did order it. So one of two things has happened. Oh, no. Tell lies right there. Ignore me. I thought I remembered reordering that, and I know I'd ordered it. I know I'd received it. I just might not have put it into the bag. So yeah, let's show this on the stream. You guys can see that they're in very, very good condition. There's no like torso cracks, and just like looking at the back of the fig as well. You can see it's quite crisp and quite clean. Mon Mothma, I mean, she's got her cape on, but these older figures did tend to, the faces started to wear off. Now, there's a bit of trivia, and not really trivia because I don't actually know the answer, but as far as I know, no, ignore me. I was going to say, as far as I know, this is the only set that I've ever seen, at least of Star Wars, where it's got flesh-coloured characters and yellow skin tone characters, because I saw this guy, thought he was a yellow, that looked like a yellow head, but he's not. He is flesh colour underneath. I do want to say that I think this was one of those first sets, because I do remember that they started doing flesh tones when they started to release certain figures. In this case, when they released Lando, I mean, I don't know what the thinking was. I'm not going to pretend that I do know, but it just kind of must have seemed a bit bizarre for them to have some characters in yellow, with yellow skin tones, and then obviously characters, black actors and black characters, or people of color being represented by correct or more accurate skin tones, and then white people or whatever being represented by yellow skin tones. So I know it was something to do with that from what I've kind of read. I can't actually find Lando. I just saw him a second ago. I can't see him now. Not even that many pieces. Just show all the figs here first. I mean, this General Crix Madine is like such a cool fig. I remember, I don't think I had the action figure of him back in the day, but I do remember thinking he was quite interesting because he had quite a cool unit. Like his uniform was pretty cool. He's got that kind of beard and just the gloves. And it's just a really cool. Excuse me, a cool. I can't get the camera to focus. It's probably because of the light, but yeah, just a cool fig. And you can see the quality, how good a condition these are in. I usually, not anymore because I don't buy used sets anymore really, because I'm pretty much got everything I wanted. But I get them to do like close-up pictures of the minifigs in particular, so I can kind of see what condition they're in. So these one Calamari officer and Admiral Akbar got the same headpiece, same head mold. So the Akbar wasn't exclusive to this set. He was in one other set and one Comic-Con set, but this guy was exclusive to this set. I think they've used the headpiece or head mold again. They might have changed the pattern on the top though more recently. But yeah, this figure, including the body, wasn't used. Didn't appear again in this set, another set. So the only thing that I think sometimes puts me off buying Lego sets, used Lego sets, and probably is one of the reasons why I did kind of slow down and stop, is because of stickers, the deterioration of stickers, particularly on the older sets. And I say that, what I mean is that 10-year-old sets in 2020 deteriorated worse than 10-year-old sets in 2025, if that makes sense. So the quality of stickers used, particularly for Lego Star Wars, has gotten better with time. So this set was from 2009, and assuming it was built at that point by whoever originally purchased it. I bought it, I want to say, around 2020. So at that point, it was only 11 years old, and the stickers were already in really bad condition. It might have been to do with play and wear and tear, but some of it you can just tell is with age and time. Like, you look at this sticker on here, it's really yellowed and really gone bad. Whereas sets that I've bought from, like, 2012 that I look at again, now, they've pretty much not deteriorated at all. So they just kind of improved almost overnight. So this is the last fig. It's getting a lot of glare on him, unfortunately, but I'm really not for you to see the figure as much as like how good a quality it is and how well looked after it's been. Which suggests to me that these have been on display rather than played with, because usually the minifigures are the worst element of the set in terms of damage, wear and tear, which is why I know that this is from general wear and tear and not so much from play, because if that is in that condition, then the figures should be worse, effectively, because whereas like with kids, they'll play with the minifigures and pop off the heads and pop off the hair, and so what this suggests to me is that it was either played with very carefully or it was put on display, and that's just gone like that over time from barely being used, which is a shame. And I've seen it in a lot of sets, even from people I've bought from AFOLs who have bought the sets and only ever owned the set as adults and only ever had them on display, and the stickers have all crumbled. The only good thing about these is that you can sometimes reorder. I don't very often do it, to be honest with you, because my collection is only for me to see. But what I have done in the past, I've reordered sticker sheets. There's a company, I can't remember the name of them, I've got them bookmarked on my phone, but there's a company out there that does reprinting of, and they look exactly the same. You wouldn't know that it was any different, but it's far cheaper. If you try to reorder some of the older ones off Lego, you can get them, but sometimes you can get ones that are long retired, but the price they charge is ridiculous. So I've ordered them, and you're talking like £1, maybe £2 for a sheet of stickers. So that's worth looking into, depending on what set it is. Because I tried to reorder it for one of the Republic gunships, even though it was a reprint. It wasn't the original. It was this company who do the reprints, and they still wanted like £12 for it. And I was just like, yeah, no. But I think that was the gunship, which came with alternate stickers, so that they print all the sticker sheets, so you get like enough to do 2 gunships. With the alternating, and the designs on there are quite detailed, because it's got like the Wampa design to go on the side panel, or it's got the Twilight Girl, so you can customize it. But yeah, so these are our pieces. I can also see, because there's a crane part in this, that the string for the crane has come off, so I will have to at some point try and fix that. Thankfully it looks like, because I think this is to a set length, it should match the length of the long stick. It should also be in this set, which is also, believe it or not, quite a rare piece. I'm hoping I did actually put it in here and not take it out, because I don't think, if now I'm thinking about it, pretty sure it didn't fit in the bag because it was like a long piece like this. I need to go, if that's the case, I need to go and try and find that at some point. Hopefully it's towards the end. I might be being blind, but it doesn't look like it's in here. There's like a long Technic type rod piece. And I'm pretty sure the string is the same length as it. So it's like huge. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it didn't fit in that bag. So I've put it elsewhere. I've seen it recently, so I'll have to dig that out by the time we get to there. Not very well prepared for this at all, was I? Let's refresh that. And we start doing some building finally. I was from 322, so we got 11 pieces to go on. Let me just quickly check on Bricklink this part that I was talking about. Like, I know I've got all the pieces because, like I said, I found that little baggie. I wouldn't have just ordered one. I would have made sure they were all there before. Oh, so it's black hose, flexible, ribbed. Oh no, that's this. Got those. I thought on the picture there was. What is that then? Maybe it is a Technic rod. Let's have a little look. Yeah, 32 long black Technic axle. There's no way that would have fit in here, so I must have put it somewhere else. That would not have fit in this box. This bag. How long is that? 32. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 4 of these long. 4 of these panels long. Actually, not that long. Would that fit in the bag? No. No, it wouldn't have fit in the bag, so I must have taken it out. But this is long. The string is longer, so I don't know what I was talking about. Anyway, I will find that. Or if I don't find it, I'll reorder it, because I'm pretty sure not only is that a cheap piece, at least I hope it is. Yeah, it's a relatively cheap piece. Average price is like less than £2. And it's in so many sets. I might even have it in another set if worst comes to the worst. Do I reckon there's any of these sets? Green City. Oh, Harry Potter's wand. Oh, it's in Luke's lightsaber. Although I haven't opened that yet, so I'm not going to open that just to get that out of there. I'm pretty sure I found one in a mix lot as well. Someone had one in a crane or something like that. Oh, it's in the orchid. Got the orchid up there. Is it a different orchid? Oh, 2022 orchid. No, that is the 2022 orchid. Just going to have a quick look at this a sec. No, that's a different orchid. It's a smaller one. A bigger one, sorry. UCS gunship. What else is it in? Street or table football. Thwomp expansion set. Has Maya got that? Don't think she has. She's got a lot of the Mario sets. I'm just thinking, if worse comes to worse and we suddenly have like 1,000 subscribers, I need to grab that part just in case either A, I can't find it, or B, I can't order it in time. So maybe I could grab another one from somewhere else. Ah, the wildflower bouquet. It's in a different colour, but they've got it in that wildflower bouquet, which is up there as well. Okay. Yeah, that fire station. It comes as an extra one in that fire station, so you actually get 2. Don't remember when that fire station though. So okay, so yeah, interesting. I probably should have just gone through and double checked before start building it. No, might like I'll come across it now and see all these pieces. No, it can't be. It wouldn't have fit in that bag. I'll find it. Don't worry. It's not worth worrying about. Right. So let's start doing some building. And I got one cool thing I want to show you guys before we move on. So we're building 11. So we got 11 pieces. So we got two 4x8 white plates to start with. Yeah, let's get all these figs out of here. Figgies. Cool set of collection. Cool collection of figs. It's just really disappointing that like you got the kind of solid looking features on Crix Maydeen, you know, the big chunky eyes and the chunky smile, and then the same on the A-Wing pilot. You know what I mean? But then you've got the kind of thinner face details on Mon Mothma and the same on Lando, where he's got the smaller eyes, the kind of piss all in the snow eyes and a little moustache and a little mouth. So they don't even the kind of human characters in their set don't really kind of match each other, which I always thought was a little bit bizarre. But there you go, such is life. So what do we want? Two 4x8 white plates. There's one. There's two. Two 4x8 white plates. That's two pieces. And then we need two of the red. Oh, just the sound of digging through Lego pieces. I love it. Some people hate it. Kirsty absolutely hates it. Grates it. I love it. Just takes me back to back in the day, like brings back so many nostalgic memories. Just digging through Lego to find what you wanted. And back then we used to, back in the 80s when I had a big bin of Lego, you know, you'd build a set when you had a new set, and then once you played with it a while and taken it apart, and even sometimes like my parents would be like at the end of the day, take them all apart, put them all away. So they wouldn't necessarily stay out an awful long anyway. And they'd all go back in the bin, in a mixed bin. And then if you wanted to build them again, you had to go through them all. And, you know, if you imagine this times like 200, with all the amount of sets we had and mixed bricks and stuff, you know, sometimes if you wanted to build a set, it would take all day. And that was back when, and not just because you were digging for the pieces. I mean, the sets were made up of as many pieces then anyway. It was like, you know, a castle was like less than 100 pieces, like, but it would take you all day because A, the instructions were a lot more complicated then, and B, you were obviously digging through, you know, mountains of pieces. So looking for another one of these is a 2x2 tile in red, and that will be parts 3 and 4. We got 11 parts to build tonight for 11 extra subscribers, which I'm very, very appreciative of. That's 5, part 5, and then 2 of these. Wish I knew the names of parts better. I think like nowadays kids or the younger generation grow up with the names of parts because thanks to things like Bricklink and other sites, but we never had that when I was a kid, obviously. So I never grew up knowing the names of parts. It was just how you described it. And then, yeah. There we go, 2. So 2 of these as well, whatever you want to call them. Just kind of, I just like to call them like wing pieces, small wing pieces. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. So we can do 4 more parts. And then that's tonight done. Oh, and the next page is 4 more parts. That's perfect. So we want, like, looking at this, I mean, those are clearly green, but they look like normal green, and there is no normal green in here. So it's actually dark green. Which you don't get to see a lot anymore. So we got the 2 dark green parts. Should go here and here. I'll push those down properly in a sec. So I'm accidentally pressing buttons at all. And then these 2 long parts here, now then here they look dark green. Because these instructions, these digital instructions, I mean, they're only a copy of what the instruction book would have looked like, which to be honest probably wasn't much better at the time. But yeah, that looks like dark green and normal green to me. But it's in fact dark green, and I don't know whether that's grey or black. I mean, I don't think we've got that size part in dark grey, so it might be a process of elimination. Yeah, we don't have it in that colour, so I'm just going to have to assume that it's supposed to be black. I've done this before when I've built a set, and I couldn't really make out the colour from both the digital and the real instructions, and in the end I've been forced to take a set apart because it turns out I used the wrong piece earlier in the build. So there we have it, guys. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parts. 11 parts for 11 subscribers, and if I can get another subscriber within the next few minutes, I'll add another piece or 2. So that's it, and this is actually going to be the A-wing. So this is the kind of underneath of the A-wing. So really hope if you're sitting there and you're watching right now and you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are watching this on either replay or you are tuning in, then we're trying to get 100,000 subscribers, and every night I'm going to be building this 7754 Mon Calamari Home One Star Wars Lego Cruiser. Every single night I'm going to be going live and building and putting together as many parts as we've had subscribers since the last live stream. So I'll do one more check on the, no, we're still on 322, so I'll put that out the way for now. I'll just show you a couple of cool things before we sign off. So the Mandalorian pirate snub fighter, great little set, really enjoyed building it. I only built it recently on the live stream, I think, during the charity stream, but I was just kind of like kind of a bit plain, boring looking, so I found this mock on Rebrickable and built this instead. So it's like the name of it is a pirate fang fighter, so it's got the same shape as the Mandalorian fang fighters. Pretty cool. It's got like the engine pieces and stuff in the back. You needed to use the spares for this as well, which were the actual bits that fire out of the stud shooters, but I didn't have them on me. So I actually think this looks pretty cool, and normally I think this set looks better than the Pirate Snub Fighter. The only problem is, or 2 problems actually with this, is one is that it's very fragile, so it's not going to stay together particularly well, so that means that I might not keep it. And 2 is that there's not quite enough parts for it to be 100% symmetrical, so and that's probably one of the reasons why it's a little bit fragile. If I had like a handful more parts, I could make this a little bit more solid myself. So what I may do is I may tinker with it a little bit and just kind of make some adjustments to make it a little bit more solid. And I may even be tempted to, even though it kind of goes against what I normally believe when it comes to rebrickable mocks, because this is one of the few rebrickable mocks that I've done where it used every single piece, pretty much. Same, save for like one or two, like which would potentially be spares anyway. It used pretty much every piece. But I think I might be tempted with this because I actually like the look of it and I think it looks cool. I might be tempted to grab a handful of parts and make this a little bit more solid and actually keep it in the collection because I really do like it. The bottom needs a little bit of love because obviously it's, you know, you've used a lot of the kind of random pieces on the bottom and it looks kind of a bit ugly. But if I'm honest, so did the Snub Fighter, which was an official Lego set. So if you don't know what Rebrickable is, go and check it out. It's a free Lego based website. You can do lots of different things on there. I'm not going to go through all the different elements because I'm doing a new short mini series on Rebrickable MOCs, which I've started to film for now. This is going to be one of the first ones. And basically on there, you can type in a set that you've already got, whether it be Star Wars or anything else. And there's an option below, once you find the set, there's an option below to find alternate MOCs. And you can get a variety of different things. You can have like this, which uses only the parts from that set. Sometimes there's alternates that use some of the parts, and sometimes there's MOCs on there that use additional parts or like an extra set. But this one, and the ones I tend to go for, are ones that you can only build using just the parts from that set. So it's just a case of taking it apart and then rebuilding, and the instructions come available as well. What I will say though is that with Rebrickable, I'd say about 50% of them are free. The other 50% you do have to pay for the instructions, and sometimes they can be costly. This I don't think is a strong and sturdy enough build for somebody to warrant charging for it, in which case I would have been disappointed. But it's just fun to do. So I would go and check that out if you haven't already. Type in some of the Lego sets you've got, perhaps sets that you've built and got on a bit bored of, maybe sets that you've bought, you've taken apart already and they're just sitting around in a bag and you weren't particularly fussed on them, or you want to do something else. Or maybe if you can't afford to buy Lego at the moment, or you haven't got any Lego sets and you've got a couple knocking around, you're like, well, you know what, that ship, that A-wing, that U-wing, whatever it might be, it won't hurt, just since I can't do any new Lego building, or I can't afford any Lego sets, or can't buy any Lego sets at the moment, I'll just take that off the shelf. You can always rebuild it back to the U-wing anytime you like, but tap it into Rebrickable first, find out if there's an alternate MOC, rebuild that just for the fun of building, and then if you don't like it, rebuild the original set again. Just a bit of fun. So I built this today. I'm actually quite pleased with this. Yeah, quite a smooth looking vehicle, and I like these kind of, like this guy who's out there doing the Desert Millennium Falcon type thing. Personally, I would like to turn everything into a Fang Fighter, because I just think it's such a great, beautiful looking shape of a ship. So there you go. So I built that today. That's one interesting thing. I don't want to do too many interesting things, because it rips the thing off for tomorrow. So what I'll say is this: we're going to finish now, but tomorrow I'm going to be digging through, as well as doing the build, as well as doing the live build, I'm going to be digging through this big old part of old pieces from back in the day. In particular, I want to be looking at these Technic figures that they kind of tried out for a while. You know, you can kind of see it, they glare on the camera as well. Yeah, just some old, and in particular, I don't know if you can see this piece in here. This is one of the Light and Sound pieces, which is quite apt considering what recently came out, like Smart Play Garbage. But yeah, this was like that, similar to that kind of thing back in the 80s when Space Police came out with them. So I'll be digging through those and trying to find some old interesting pieces over the next couple of nights or next couple of weeks, depending on how long it takes us to do this live stream. There's a Pirates cannon in there. I can see all sorts of little bits and pieces that are pretty cool. There's a Space Police tile. So we're going to be digging through this, guys, and just kind of digging out some interesting pieces. I might post some of them on my Instagram or on YouTube. So keep a lookout for those. Throwback parts. So yeah, so tune in again tomorrow, where we'll be talking a little bit about that. I'll also be letting you guys know, it's completely off the subject of Lego, but I've been keeping a film journal. So like any movies that I've watched in 2026. And so far I'm actually on 31 movies so far. So I'm going to be filling this way before the end of the year. But got that. Obviously we're going to be adding more pieces, hopefully, to the Lego set that we're currently building. One part for every new subscriber. We got 11 new subscribers today, and considering I only posted it at 7 o'clock, I'm really impressed with that. And if any of you guys are watching now, really appreciate you for subscribing and helping me build those 22 parts of the set. And hopefully we can get through this and build it, really quickly. But if not, I'll just keep live streaming every night until we get it. And hopefully it doesn't take like all year. But yeah, I just want to check on the comments before we sign off, because I noticed I haven't done that for a while. Oh, we got an extra sub. I'll leave that one for tomorrow, just in case you don't get any more, because I'm conscious of the fact that even though it's only been like 5 hours since I posted about this, it is also the first day, and the first day you always get most of the traction from a new post or a new short. So I could just be lucky. Well, let's check in the comments, and then we will go and close it at 3:22. Some nibble on this. Oh, it's mostly Lewis. Okay, let's see what Lewis got to say. Bit of chewing ASMR. No, yeah, I thought it was a yellowhead, Lewis, but no, it turns out it's not. I'm set looking in every direction. Took a look on Bricklink. Looks like all except that one you said is exclusive, yeah. I knew that one of the non-Calamari characters had been in another set, because I've got that other set. Just couldn't remember whether it was Admiral Akbar or the officer, and I didn't know whether the officer had a name. So that's why earlier on when I posted, and at the beginning of this video I said almost all. I wasn't 100% sure which one wasn't. Yeah, 1K this year, hopefully. I don't want to wait till the end of the year to finish building this, because that means I gotta stream every night for a year. Gonna have to head out now. I've got college in the morning. Back tomorrow. Nice of you to tune in, Lewis. Sorry I didn't catch up with your comments till now. If you're watching this on replay, appreciate your support. What a nice guy as well. Mum with the stud. Go and check him out on Instagram and YouTube. I've coded something that uses Rebrickable and sets in your collection to find alternate builds. However, currently going to improve it to do some more features. Anything technical like that, mate, you lost me. You'll be doing daily updates on the series showing the progress. No, I'll be live streaming every single night until we reach 1,000. That was the goal that I threw down. One piece for every sub until we finish the set. Live every night. I mean, we got 11 on day one. We need 700-ish. So at that rate, I've got to do this for 70 days. But you can also do short updates if you can. There's also help grow subs quite a bit. Yeah, I know that. It's like I was talking about at the beginning of stream that I don't mind doing shorts, but I will do it for this because obviously it's part of an ongoing challenge. But I just don't want to get into the habit of like banging out shorts and people only subscribing because of the shorts. That's why I wanted to do like a live stream, like with these people who say, like a lot, every like is this or whatever, because it's easy to get likes, and then that doesn't mean anything for the channel. Or one follower is this, but with the live, at least, I'm encouraging people to come and join and engage live. So then I know I've got potentially, or in most cases, new subscribers who are actually going to engage with the channel, as opposed to people who just hit the sub button and never going to come back. So I want it to be organic growth and not like, flash in the pan growth. But we'll see how it goes. I might get desperate. I might have to do this for like a week or two and then be like, I can't keep doing this. I need to do something and pull the stops out. But I have been putting a few shorts out recently. I put out like 2 or 3 today, and I've got another one ready for tomorrow, just because I got time off. But that's not gonna last forever. So, but yeah, thanks for the advice, mate. I do appreciate your support. Anyway, I fixed that thing today with YouTube where I couldn't comment on my own. I couldn't reply to comments. I could comment, and I could use YouTube, and I can comment on other people's content, but I couldn't reply to comments on my content for whatever reason. So I uninstalled YouTube, installed it again, worked fine for a couple of hours, and now it's started happening again, which is annoying because I've got loads of comments on our regular shows on Sunday, and I hate the fact that I haven't been able to reply to some of them. So if you're out there watching and you've commented on one of our live shows or any of my content and you're not getting a reply, then I do apologize, because I'm having a problem with it at the moment. But anyway, that's me done for tonight. 1 sub equals 1 piece. Tonight we did 11 pieces. Oh, actually no, I'm gonna cut this into a short, so I'm gonna say it a bit more. So thanks everybody for watching. 1 sub equals 1 part to this Lego set that I'm building. 7754 Mon Calamari Home 1 Cruiser. I'll be going live every single night until we hit 1K subscribers. So please, if you're watching this or you're watching this as a short, please sub to the channel and come and join me every night as I build this set and entertain you guys, talk a little bit about Lego, obviously, as well as doing the build. I'll be talking about some interesting sets that I've done, some projects I've got going on, showing some older pieces that I might own and some collector pieces that I've got. There's a chance to showcase my collection as well as engage with you guys in the chat and obviously build up to 1,000 subscribers. So thanks for watching, everybody who watched. We got 11 subscribers just on day 1. So that meant we got 11 pieces on the set, which is amazing. Great stuff. Thanks, guys. See you all here tomorrow. Bye. Oh.